Thierry de Montbrial, you are the founder and the president of the World Policy Conference and also of IFRI, the leading think tank on international affairs in France. This is the 5th WPC conference. What lessons, what thoughts have you drawn from it?
God exists, because when you have one miracle, it's one miracle. When you have two miracles, it's two miracles. But when you have five, it's no longer a miracle. Therefore, God exists. No, seriously, I think this conference is now starting to be established in the good sense of the word. It is quite focused on the major problems of the day, that is governance, world governance. I think that the qualitative level of participants is good. They're coming from the 5 continents, which is what we wanted. And also, I think many medium and small powers are represented. For instance, I noticed this morning that many people appreciated the role of Africa, and we want to develop that. We certainly want also to develop Asia. I think that in terms of substance, a lot of very interesting things have been said during this conference, including with you in your interviews. And also, it seems to me that the atmosphere is friendly, and that's very important too. We would like to develop the club spirit for this conference.
And you covered a lot of ground, because it's not just the issue of governance, but governance with respect to energy, with respect to climate change, with respect to the financial crisis. Is it more than a talking shop? Do you think there are ideas that have come out that can actually change things?
Well, of course, we have to work to debrief everything, but I think that also one difference between this 5th conference and the previous ones is that we have very carefully prepared the workshops. We have given them more time. The speakers have received instructions in time, so to think about what they would say, proposals. So my impression is that a lot of potentially useful things have been said and exchanged. But we have to review everything, and we will do that in the next few days or weeks.
Just a couple of final questions. What has surprised you?
Well, maybe a positive spirit after all, because the climate, the psychological climate these days is quite somber. Mm-hmm. But on the whole, I think that the way all these people who are qualified people, sophisticated people, informed people, the way they spoke and discussed the problems was quite positive. So maybe my final word would be hope.
Mm-hmm. Hope is a very good word to end on, but is there anything that has disappointed you?
No.
The reason I asked the question is there was a very lively panel on the Middle East, which I suppose in a way was disappointing because it didn't come to any conclusions, but it was a very good panel to listen to.
Okay. No, if you ask me if there was something during the conference which disappointed me, the answer is no. Now, if you ask me if in the current world situation there are situations which look really serious and dramatic, certainly the Middle East is the case in point, yes. And particularly Syria. But not only Syria. I think there is a clear feeling, which was, by judgment, very well expressed during the session, that there is a plausible scenario of real chaos in the Middle East. Typically, suppose you couple the development of a civil war in Syria, and for instance, unilateral Israeli initiative to bomb Iran. The combination of these two situations could be absolutely unraveling for the whole of the Middle East. The only defection, the only personality who cancelled, could not come, was President Mikati, the Lebanese Prime Minister, because he had to fly back because of the troubles in Tripoli. But one of the things actually which struck me here was that the Lebanese start to be very, very worried about this, which was not the case. I was in Lebanon last September. The atmosphere was much more positive. So yes, the Middle East is probably the spot of highest concern.
But let's hope that it's the exception and go back to the word you took out from
and if
conference.
I may interrupt you, the last session, for instance, on Asia, there are many difficult geopolitical problems in East Asia. And I found the attitude, the general attitude of the prominent speakers quite positive. That is, in their judgment, the likelihood of a war, to use that word, seems to be very, very low.
Yes, the nationalism won't get out of control.
Absolutely.
That's a good positive note to end on. Thierry de Montbrial, congratulations on what I think is a very, very good conference.
Thank you.
And let's look forward to the 6th conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much.